Good afternoon and welcome to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, and I am joined by...
Your co-host.
And who are you?
I'm Coach Elix.
Coach Elix. And the birthday boy is in the house, Mark, that produces the show. So we all say happy birthday,
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday, baby.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
So this is a celebration, a beautiful birthday, and we brought Mark a little treat for his birthday, so I'm sure he's going to like it. And I hope everybody is doing well. Is it so fantastic that it's dark out?
Not everyone will agree with you on that
I
one.
think a lot of people will actually disagree.
They'll
the
probably
other
swear
thing
at
he
me.
could be saying is, isn't it fantastic that it's minus 0 degrees today out? You know, it's not, but you love the
Well, we'll
cold
get
weather.
there. We definitely will get there.
Exactly.
But as I always say, people like myself, I think we're in the better position because most people that hate this get down and depressed. And it's the opposite for me. I get very, very excited. It makes me feel like I'm getting closer to the holidays. I get really excited. So, but we had a little bit of a scare, right, in reference to doing the show.
Correct.
Because of the change with the governor and the change of the regulations in having masks, because the numbers are going up and, just to do the right thing, which is great that this governor is doing it. But originally, we thought that we would have to do the shows with masks on. And I said to Elix, as well as I said to Mark, that as much as I love doing the show, there's no way I could do an hour show with the mask on. Never mind, it would be a distraction that I have to, check in with Spirit. I have to give messages, but I am very, very claustrophobic, and I know how important masks on. I always have them on, but to sit here and do an hour, I just couldn't. So thank God Jim reached out and we got an exemption so we can be in the studio. The door has to be locked so nobody can come in, and as long as we're socially distancing, which we are more than 6 feet apart in the studio, and there's just the three of us, Mark's not considered a guest, we don't have to wear a mask. So I was so happy with that exception, that we're still being safe, we're still being healthy, but we can still do the show, right?
And people can actually hear us.
Exactly.
Not mumble through a mask.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And another note, because I know how quickly this first segment goes, on Facebook Live, Elix and I mentioned that we had very, very big news. And
If you haven't watched the Facebook Live, I recommend you watch it because he went on and on and on and on about a story about a roach that we found. That wasn't a roach. That is, what is it called? A beetle. But anyways, go to the Facebook Live and you'll get a good laugh out of that. But anyways, we have big news. We got to that.
So we're moving. So after 15 years being in our house, a week from tomorrow is the closing. So we're moving. That's why people have asked both of us about where the Halloween decorations have been, why we didn't do the tour this year, the video tour that we always do, the Facebook Live. And because of the move, we weren't able to do it. At the beginning stages, you don't really want to get into we're moving because so much is going on. But now that we're just about a week away, we're just telling everybody. And also just to let everyone know that next week we're not doing either one of our shows because it's the move date, and it's going to be really hectic and crazy. And just for clarification, because I know Elix just brought up the roach in the house, that 2 nights ago we were in our offices and I'm doing something on the computer and I hear Elix like this yelp. So I jump up, the 2 dogs jump up, and I go to Elix's office, and he's standing white as a ghost and says to me, I just saw a roach. And I'm like, we've been here 15 years. There's no roaches in this house. I think it was a roach. So to make a long story short, it was a beetle that I honestly could have driven to CVS. It was like the size of a Mini Cooper. This beetle was ginormous, right?
Well, again, dramatic. When anything that Steven says, 50% face value. So
what? 50%?
50%. It was not that huge. It was big. It looked like a roach to me, but he screamed so loudly and was so hysterical that he wanted me to kill it, and I was very upset because I wanted to take it out, but
Did you
I couldn't
kill it?
I had to. Yes, I had no choice. This one was in,
Now listen, Mark. Just and for anyone listening that didn't listen on Facebook Live, we don't kill anything. Like if a bee gets in the house, I'm an expert at getting it cupped with a
Yes.
plastic Tupperware, put a cover on it, and I bring it outside. We do that for everything. Not this nasty like June bug that was 7 feet tall and like 9 feet wide, and it moved so quickly. And Elix went downstairs to get a container and came back upstairs, and I said, "What are you doing? That's not a transparent container. How would you even know it's in there,
Oh my
right?"
God,
And so finally he
seriously.
went back downstairs. It ran so fast, and I was screaming because I have a phobia with bugs, and so we got rid of it one way or the other.
Be
So-
lucky I wasn't there.
Why?
It would have got 300 pounds of foot, bottom of
Well,
my
so I needed
foot.
you then, Mark. I needed you.
There
So-
would have been no question about whether it would be living or dying. If it's in my house, it's dead.
It freaked me
Period.
out. Mark, it freaked
Period.
me out. It
It's
did.
squashed. It's gone.
well, it was dead. Somebody on the Facebook Live said, you know, how, did you take a picture? I'm like, I was too busy trying to survive because Steven was screaming so loudly.
Yeah.
Forget the picture.
And it wasn't a roach. And then we figured out that because via Amazon we've ordered
Boxes. Yeah.
and bubble wrap, and so it must have picked up from down south or somewhere that it's warm, because we do not have these. This thing was huge, and
Well, that's why it was, you know, I screamed because I've never ever had seen a bug in a house, and he was like literally on top of me.
see, we should just have cameras in the house because it's like a sitcom with the two of us. You know, especially that night with that bug, it was pretty funny. So, and you know, before I go to break, I said on Facebook that, you know, my posting on Facebook and Instagram, you know, just to remind people of the show today, I put a picture with I think it's a little girl in a bed, and what looks like a mother or a grandmother sort of hovering over, and clearly it's a spirit, which is so great. And I put, do you get visits? And then after I posted it, I realized I really shouldn't have put, do you get visits? Because we all get visits. I should have really put, do you want a visit? That's really the question across the board, and that's why I love doing what I do and connecting people to their loved ones, because there's never been a question about, do you get spirit? The spirit's there every day. Every single reading I do, they will confirm, they'll affirm, they'll tell me that they give signs to people every single day, every one of us. And as I've said before, it's our job to see them, and a lot of times we don't. So 508-222-1320. I know I already have calls lined up, so as soon as we get back, I will start the calls. We'll be right back.
he's gone. I think.
And welcome back to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, and I'm here to take calls and to bring your loved ones in spirit through. So let's go to the first caller. Hi, this is Stephen.
Hello,
Hi, who's this?
Carol.
Hi, Carol.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I love you. I love first phone calls. So, Carol, before I even knew who it was, I already had your loved one stepping forward. And Carol, how are you connected to? First of all, let me ask you something. Is there a connection to Florida, to you?
I have a good friend who lives in Florida.
I don't. Okay, there's a couple of things because they keep. Yeah, there's someone, and I'll tell you who it is. But there's someone that keeps bringing up like marsh, like water around somewhere, and there was a combination of Florida, and it was combination of like sort of like marsh or Everglades or something like that. So I don't know if he or she lives around there, and I kept getting the M name also, and I'm not sure if that's spirit or if that's a friend. So. Is the M connected, and don't tell me your friend's name, with your friend? Like first name, last name?
No.
Okay, so there's somebody else like Mike or Mary. There's an M name stepping forward for you, and there's like a dad figure and a mother figure, Carol. Is your dad crossed?
Yes.
Mom also? Or is mom
No.
still here?
Mom's still here.
Yeah, I thought so because I didn't hear her. So it must be like a grandmother stepping forward. Marley or Marley. Who's the M? Was there like ever a dog or someone named Miley or Marley?
No.
Yeah. Carol, listen and think.
Molly.
I can hear your father. Or a nickname. It may not even be an animal. It just, when I heard Molly, it sounded like an animal's name. But your father keeps talking about the MR name or Molly. It feels like it's someone who's with him, who's crossed. So just make sure you keep that with you. I don't know if the Florida thing was your friend. I'm not really sure. But I know that your father or somebody was bringing me down to Florida in George or Jim. Who's the G or J name?
No George, no Jim.
No, it doesn't have to be those specific names, Carol, but it's a G or J name I keep hearing. Is your friend Northern Florida?
Yes.
Oh, that's why. It's because I heard Georgia. What they're doing is they are talking about, is this a guy?
Yes.
So I know now they're talking about him. And I said, why are you giving me George? And they said, no, it's Georgia because they're referencing him living in northern Florida. So
Okay, yeah.
I got it. So just, and it's a mother figure for him. I know this is not like directly connected to you. So there's either a mother or grandmother connected that's coming through for him. And there was somebody, either him or you, that lost someone young. Are you really good friends with him?
Yes.
Somebody crossed as a baby or before they were born. That's what I keep hearing. Connected in
Wow.
What was that?
I said, oh, wow.
Either I need more than that, Carol. I know who it is, Stephen. So it's either connected to you or him, and I think it's connected to him. And it feels like does he have siblings?
My friend in Florida?
Yes.
I don't believe they're living. He's the one left.
And they don't have to be living. They can be crossed. But I just asked about siblings because it felt like he's got someone who crossed, like a brother or a sister who either came very close to being born or was born, because they show me like a little, like a cemetery, like a little headstone. It doesn't mean that there's really a headstone, but it just means that they're giving that as a reference. Have you guys been friends for like a long time?
Very long time.
Yeah, because that's what your dad just said, and your dad just is giving a reference to your mom, and your father is very sweet. Has your father been gone for a while?
Yes.
He just
27 years.
Yeah, he just gave me the symbol that he's been gone for a long time, and I love your dad because your dad just said just being just being very nice. That's why he wanted to let your friend step forward. well, your loved ones for your friend. So next time you talk to him, ask him about what I just told you. And this is on
I will.
my Facebook page, and so you can go to it, or YouTube, so you can kind of go back. And somebody's Social Security. Somebody is getting close to retirement or Social Security. It's
Okay.
connected to you, Carol. Somebody, I keep hearing somebody is talking about retiring or very, very close to waiting to get to Social Security for, like, because I can hear like Medicare. And I got to be honest, it still could be with him. With your, who's Bob?
I have a brother-in-law, Bob, but he's still here.
Yeah, and then they'll validate people that are living. It's just your dad giving that as a validation, even though I swear the B is also connected to your friend in Florida. I don't know why.
Okay.
What was that?
I said, okay, I'm writing this down. That's why I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so I don't know why why there's a lot of focus on your friend in Florida, but for some reason there is. And there's also, it's either you or him. There's an anniversary or birthday right around.
Mine's coming up next month.
Yeah, so just know, is it birthday or anniversary?
Birthday.
Okay, so just happy birthday. It's just
Thanks.
12, 14. Is it around there?
My birthday?
Yes.
It's the 25th.
No, what's the 12 or 14? They keep getting back and forth, 12 or 14. So either there's a number 12, 14, or there's two birthdays. One's the 12th, one's the 14th. So just make sure you keep it with you, and make sure you keep it with him, because your dad is trying desperately, but it keeps being pulled to your friend. I'll tell you something, Carol. When that happens, it's just because your friend needs validation. That's what it's all about. Okay. So, and your father
I'm gonna call him when we hang up.
Yeah, and you make sure you email me. Let me know what's going on.
I will.
But Carol, thank you so much for calling, and lots of love to you.
Awesome, thank you.
Alrighty, bye-bye. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
This is Lisa in Texas.
Hi, Lisa in Texas.
How are you?
I'm doing well, Lisa in Texas. So let's see what's going on with Lisa in Texas. God, Lisa, there's a lot going on with you, and I mean that in not necessarily like psychically, even though there could be a lot of things going on in your life, but I mean in reference to your loved ones, because mom is crossed, right?
Yes.
So your mother but your father's crossed?
No, not my dad, just my mom.
So mom's dad is crossed, because I heard dad. So your it's got to be your grandfather on your mother's side then that's also stepping forward. And Lisa, what's the 12th? They pulled me from the last phone call to this phone call and just reiterated the 12th. So either there's a birthday anniversary in December, because the 12th is the December is the 12th month, or there's on the 12th of a month. It also could be January 2nd or February 1st, because they invert the numbers. So make sure who's Ava or Anna? Who's the A name connected to you?
I have, my grandma was Alice
Okay, but is Alice here or crossed?
Cross.
Okay, so just know that grandmother Alice. But is this father's side?
No, she was Irene.
Oh, don't give me names. But the reason why I wanted to ask you is because your father's mom is also stepping forward too. So because you've got both grandmothers, and Alice just wanted to give you that as a validation. Lisa, do you have a tattoo?
Yes.
I love the way she says it. Yep.
Yep.
Is there a tattoo in memory of somebody?
No.
Is somebody is doing something with a tattoo in memory of someone, and it's very weird for me, Lisa, because it doesn't feel like it's in memory of someone. It doesn't have to be somebody crossed. It could be it's like kids. It's like doing something like a validation or a tattoo for your children or grandchildren.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
yes.
my daughter and I have matching tattoos.
I love that. I love it. I love that's why I kept getting pulled to kids. So just know, Lisa, that that's it's your mama just making sure she gives that as a who's the young girl too? When I get young girl, meaning someone who crossed like before their time.
My sister.
So just know that your sister also is stepping forward with a huge, like a very, very big smile. And there's something with real estate, Lisa. Something's going on with what your sister just said to me, something with real estate. When she crossed, did she own a house?
No. Mm-mm.
Where's why are they talking? Why does your sister talk about the house? Or is someone thinking about going into real estate as a realtor? There's something with property.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't know. Her son that she left behind recently moved from where they were living. That's about all I can think of.
Oh, so that's what it is. It's got to be that she's giving that as a reference to him, especially if he moved in whether he went from an apartment to an apartment. It's just a great way that your sister is validating your nephew.
Yeah.
And there's three?
Three. No, she just had one.
Who's got three?
Who has three kids?
Yes. It's either one of two things. Either someone's got three kids, or your nephew that's the one is connected to like March or three.
Well, I could say all I can think of with three is that there were three of us sisters, and we were exceptionally close. And so when my sister left, it was devastating.
But how many are left now?
Only one, the one that came forward.
No. How many are living? Like how many siblings you have left here?
Oh, three.
Are you drinking, Lisa? That's what.
Well,
so
if you don't include myself, I have three. How about if you don't include myself?
no.
So,
Oh, okay, right. But it's just your sister giving that as a validation, like the three kids. It's anyone who she hasn't validated. That's what she wants to do, to make sure you know that she's thinking of everybody. I love your sister. She's got like a very, very big heart, and she just validated to me that she is just validating her son who just moved. That's what it's all about, and just letting you know that how they're also with you. But Lisa, thank you so much for calling, and you have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
lots of love, Lisa. Bye-bye. And we will be right back. And welcome back to where am I? There. Oh my God, Spirit's talking so much to me for the next caller.
Your own show through the static.
Welcome back to Through the Static. I swear to God, they're like talking so much. So this is Stephen the Medium, and I am going to go right to the next call because clearly I can't do anything else. Hi, this is Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
What is up with your loved ones? Can I just ask you?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
They're so freaky. Who is this, first of all?
I'm Chrissy.
Chrissy, how are
Yes.
you?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
Good. Chrissy, you must come from a crazy family. I got to tell you.
I do.
Chrissy's like, yes, I do. Your loved ones, I couldn't even focus on what I wanted to say. So it's pretty wild. So let's tune in. So before I even start with your loved ones, when I tune into you, you are way, way connected, Chrissy. Do you know that?
I am.
Oh my God!
I do know that.
I love it because when I tune into your auras and see your white light like going all over the place, I'm like, oh my God, this woman is connected. You may not agree with me, but honestly, way more connected than you even know you're connected. So just make sure you keep that with you because that's what I just heard from Spirit. But are you studying now? Like, are you?
No,
go ahead.
I've been studying a lot of my intuitiveness.
Right. I love it because I just heard someone say she's studying, meaning you're either focusing on it or really want this to move forward. Obviously, that's why you're studying. And, it's just, I always tell people when I do these readings that Spirit doesn't tell us what to do. They just, they guide us. And more importantly, they'll validate. So they wanted to make sure the first thing that I said to you when I heard your voice was like how crazy connected you are. There's a black animal connected to you. There's a black dog, black cat. I keep seeing black. And it feels like it's an animal. When you grew up, or parents or so, you don't remember anybody, or maybe even currently, nobody has a black cat or a black dog, or someone wanted one.
I definitely had beagles, which are they're tricolored. They're black and white and tan.
That's not it. This is black. This is like black, like all black. I keep hearing, but I just can't figure out whether it's a dog or a cat. And sometimes, Chrissy, it could even be like a sibling. It can be a good friend that's got like a black lab, or did have a black lab, and it's crossed now. But there's this B name. Let me ask you something. Were any of your beagles B names? Do you remember?
Oh my goodness.
If you don't, that's fine. I keep hearing the like Barney or Baxter or Bernie, or there's a B connected somewhere, and it's definitely an animal. So just make sure you keep it with you. It could be connected to the black animal, but I'm not really sure. What's with the ring? Do you wear someone's ring?
I do.
Don't you love her? I do. Very sexy there, Chrissy. Whose ring is it?
Well, I wear a couple. I have one that was my biological father's wife, and he's passed on.
Wow. Okay.
And
that's.
And then I also wear my mom's. She's passed on too.
But does someone also have someone's wedding or diamond ring?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I do.
Okay, is that your mom's?
I have. Yeah. Well, actually, I have one. I have two.
Okay.
I have one of them that's my stepmom's, and one of them that's my mom's.
Oh, how cool is it that they're all wanting to validate this? There's also a Roberta or Robert or Richard, or there's an R connected to you, either living or crossed. Because when you were talking about the ring, I kept hearing Reggie or Robert. There's no R that you know of that's connected, either living or crossed. Just keep it with you, so I don't waste time. Because I just went. Whose mom energy is crossed? Is your mother here or crossed?
She's crossed.
Okay, she steps forward. and validates your connection. And your mother just said to me to tell you, as much as you know you're connected, stop complaining that you're not getting connected right now. Like, or it's not moving as fast as you want it to move, because your mother said she's doing so well. Your mother's like a big cheerleader of yours. So like if you get signs or get connected, it's just a great way. But did someone really love to read? There's books everywhere. They're very studious when they were in school, or they love reading. There's something with reading or being like very into reading something.
I have an aunt that was like a second mom to me who's passed, and she loved to read, and she was a librarian.
Oh, my God. No wonder why I'm seeing all these books. I love this. So just know that your auntie is stepping forward to let you know that. And there's a Lee or Lori or Lisa. There's an L, I just heard. Connected. It could be your aunt. It could be connected to your aunt. It could be, God only knows, because there's so many people right here. But Chrissy, do you write or diagram or automatic writing, or why do they keep showing me you writing something? You don't like draw? You don't do diary entries? Or who did that? Someone is making, it almost makes me feel like someone's drawing something that would be a tattoo. Like someone wants a tattoo and someone's drawing the diagram, like either before they get the tattoo or someone's helping somebody to do that. Do you have tattoos?
No.
Well, make sure you keep it with you, whoever does connected to you. Are there two of you? Why does your mother keep talking about two? Two kids?
No, we have, there's myself, and then I have 3 brothers.
So your mother's one of 2. There's 2 grandkids. Your mother keeps saying there's 2. There's 2. I keep hearing her saying, and I'm like, am I saying this right? And she said, yes. So either she was one of 2, your father's one of 2, someone's one of 2. I keep hearing. So
my dad is one of 2.
And who's George or Jim or John or?
That is my dad. Is George.
So know that Dad is here. But wait a minute. Is this? Did you say biological dad?
George is the dad that raised me. My biological dad is Gene.
Oh my God! There's the other G or J name. But are both of them crossed, or is one here?
Both of them have crossed.
Wow. Well, how cool is this, Chrissy? That both of them, like I heard the when you validated your dad, and then I heard the other and I'm another dad. How wild is it, Chrissy, that they wanted to validate that for you and let you know?
That might have been what mom said too.
Absolutely. That you had these two father figures in your life. Where is the Don tattoo, Chrissy? You're killing me here. Somebody is
the what?
The tattoo. If you don't have tattoos, who's close to you? Do you have like a brother? One of your siblings have tattoos? Because there's a tattoo and it's in memory of somebody.
I don't. Now my biological father, he had a tattoo on his arm.
But do you know if it was in reference to somebody, like in memory?
No, it was just it was something he got on in the Army.
No,
this is name.
And Paul. Who's Paul or Paula? Work with me, Chrissy, baby. Paula. My brother who has passed, his first wife was named as Paula. Oh my God! So you have a brother who's crossed?
Yes.
Wow. So it's just knowing the way that he wants to make sure you know that he's also stepping forward. That's why he yelled out Paula. That was his wife. So just know that he's also stepping forward. One other sibling is very connected, not as connected as you. And I don't know if it's this brother, but someone else is connected. Someone else when they were kids, had dreams or something. There's 2 of you, and that goes back to the 2 that your mother was talking about. So I don't know if you remember anything with any of your siblings ever saying something about like either, having dreams or seeing something when they were kids. Just make sure you keep it.
I definitely always was, because they always teased me. I've had visitors since I was young.
I love it. I love it, Chrissy. And, I say I love it because I love the fact that you're so connected, but there's another one that actually had some experiences too. So just make sure, I could go on with you forever, and I can't because I got to take a break. But Chrissy, thank you so much for calling, and lots of love to you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Chrissy, bye-bye.
Stephen. Bye.
And we'll be right back. This is one heck of a show. I'm just waiting for the music to stop to start talking. I finally got my act together from the last commercial, and Mark is, I wish I had a camera on him, trying to figure out his headphones, and is frantic because he couldn't get his headphones on quick enough to know that my music kept going. So we're back to Through the Static. And just a side note, Jim, the station manager, just sent Mark a note that something happened with the live stream on Facebook. So if you guys were watching, it's off now. He's going to look into it, and hopefully I think we're going to get something uploaded later at some point. But right now, I'm sorry about that. You can switch to YouTube, the WARA 1030 YouTube, and you can actually watch it there, the live stream. But I'm really sorry that it's not, for some reason, there was a glitch in Facebook. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Hey, Stephen, it's Denise. How are you?
Hey, Denise, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. You're having a little troubles there, huh?
Oh, yeah, but you know what? It's radio, Denise, so it happens. What's with the flower? Flower tattoo, flower. Did someone, are you connected somehow to like a rose or flower?
Flower, yeah, and a tattoo.
So is one of your tattoos a flower?
It's a flower and something else.
Okay, perfect. So it's just as soon as I heard your voice, someone just like brought me to your tattoos and I saw a flower. So I just wanted to give that as a validation. Who's Ann? Ann? Anthony? Andy?
Anne is my grandmother.
Oh, wow. But she's crossed, right?
Yes.
So, Ann, your grandmother Ann just said to me that she doesn't normally. This is really weird. She doesn't, and just go with me here. She doesn't normally. She's not very boisterous coming through. I mean, she may be to you, like you may feel her all the time, but she observes you, and she just said to me, normally, she wouldn't do this. Because she always watches you and she's in awe of you about like what you do and who you are. But it's really interesting how and why she said what she did. And she's the one that gave me the flower tattoo for me to validate, because she's always around you. And she said your grandma Ann knows every fiber of you, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. It's pretty crazy that she's doing that. Denise, there's also something with a bike. Is somebody connected to you own a motorcycle or bike, like do something with bike riding? Was there an accident? There's something that your grandmother keeps giving me with the bike. Do you have any idea what she's talking about?
Well, I have a motorcycle. My husband had 2 motorcycles, and my uncle also had one, and he was in an accident, and that was her son.
Oh my God, Denise! I couldn't even keep up with you. What you just said. Wow, wow! I love that your grandma Ann is giving all of that and just making sure you know that it's her, and that also, like my previous caller, whether you know this or not, you're very, very connected spirit-wise. Your grandmother just said in a drop of a hat can get a sign. Like you're a kind of a person that could say, "Grandma, tomorrow I need a sign," and you'll see a sign or find a sign. This is a really great. And Billy or Bobby, who's the B?
Bobby, that's my Uncle Bob that got in the motorcycle accident.
Oh my God! Wow, how wild is this? It's also all your energy pulling and helping me with your loved one stepping forward, because there's like a multitude of people here. It's like a parade, Denise, of everybody that's always with you. Your grandmother keeps talking about dishware, like plates or cups. I don't know if somebody has somebody's plates or cups like that were handed down, or someone just bought plates and cups. But there's something with dishes or cups. Any idea?
All right, I'll have to think about that.
So and there's designs on them. You know what, Denise? It is not something you eat from. It's decorative. Keep in mind someone, and it could be like someone who's crossed that in their house years ago had plates on a shelf or collected plates.
Oh my God, cups and saucers. My mother-in-law. I have tons of them at my house on display. That's probably what it is.
Oh my God, that would be it, Denise. Because they're all just showing me. I honestly can't keep up with you. And I think when I was with the previous caller, I kept talking about a black animal, and there's a very dark animal.
I have 3 black labs.
Oh my God! Wow, it's so amazing.
And then even the tattoo. I think that was for me too. The memory one.
Wow, Denise. And not to say it wasn't also, I'm sure the previous caller just couldn't think of it, but just know that all of this is just giving validations. And on a side note, like, do you know that you're connected?
No.
Wow. I kind of asked it that way because I thought you were going to say no. And so this is just a great way that everybody in Spirit's validating that to you. There was somebody that did something with iron connected to you. Somebody was like, I can't think of the word I want to think. Oh man. What's the term when you have to wear the mask and
a welder?
A welder. That's what I was thinking of. There's somebody that was doing something welding or did it as a hobby, but I can see, or did glass. But there's something connected to you because I can see the shield in front of the face, and I can see somebody is, and it almost kind of makes me feel like it's connected to cars. I don't know if there was somebody connected to you that loved cars.
my husband and my sons were welding exhaust systems and stuff for the cars.
I know you can't see this, but my mouth is open. Like, oh my God! Wow, wow! Again, everything is. All of this is to say that they're watching you. It's really them, and you, Denise, are so loved. Is your mother crossed?
No, my mother's still here. She's actually listening to us.
Okay, so then this is your mother-in-law that's crossed.
Yes.
I heard earlier a mother-in-law. I wasn't really sure. Just know that your mother-in-law is just giving you a big hug, and that your mother's father, your grandfather, just said to me that Denise has the best mom in the whole world. So your grandfather, your mom's dad, just said, and I'm not just saying that because that's my daughter. Like these women are the best women in the world. So, Denise, thank you so much for letting me do that.
Thank you very much.
Listen, you have a great night and lots of love to you. And say hi to Mama.
I will.
All right, bye. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Denise?
Hi, Denise. This is second Denise?
Yes.
Wow, Denise, how are you?
I am good. How about you?
Oh, good. And I'm on a roll here. I'm going to go quick to make sure I don't run out of time. Very, very connected, Denise. But there's also a flower connection with you.
Okay.
Do you have tattoos?
No.
There is a flower connected. It feels like it's a rose. It's not a rose. It's yellow. It's like a sunflower or a daisy. Somebody must have loved or yellow roses. Somebody connected to you, Denise, must have loved. Are there two of you? What's the two?
My dad and my mom's number.
Say that again?
My dad and my mom's number that they send me.
I love that, Denise. So they actually send you number 2 as like a sign?
Yes.
How cool is that? I love it. And both of them letting you know and giving that as a validation. But there's something with yellow flowers. And this is really interesting because I just said, give me more about these yellow flowers.
Oh, I'm looking at my perfume called Amber Rose. It's yellow.
Oh, my God. Oh, my. Denise, I love that validation, but I'll tell you, what I love, too, is that your mother and father just said to me that, I'm sure you've heard of this. I'm sure you know this, that, when you get out to the woods, to nature, that it's such a great experience. It opens us up. It makes us present. But you're a little bit different because you are like, it also makes me feel like a previous past life. You were something in the woods, like a tree or like a bush. But your mother just said, but my daughter knows that. You're really connected to nature, right?
Yes.
I love that your mom and dad are giving that as a validation. And way more. I mean, your mother just said, Stephen, my daughter knows that, but really tell her when she's out in nature to really take these deep breaths in, and maybe you already do this, Denise, like if you're out there and you're meditating or so, but really embrace not just the area you're in, but every connection to the forest, to nature in the world, so that when you're sort of like reaching your hands out, you're connecting to not only the space you're in, but it's almost like where you are in nature is reaching their hands out, or if you will, their branches out, or their trunks out to every other part of nature all across the world. That gives you so much energy. And if you do that, and when you do that, and it's not just about doing it, but it's really about wrapping your mind around sort of like opening it, because your mother just said Denise is great with connecting, but she's got to make sure that she thinks bigger, like this is bigger, it's and allow that to come in. So I hope that makes sense.
It does,
because it will definitely affect in a positive way everything you do, whether it's relationship, whether it's work. It will just affect everything, and that's what your mom's giving as a great validation. There's also a small dog here for you. There's a small dog that goes back and forth. It's in spirit, though.
I'm not sure. It might be
I don't know if the dog died or not.
No, this is dead. This is, the dog just looked at me and said, "I'm dead. Tell her I'm dead."
No, I know. Is it black?
Oh, that's the that's the theme of today. A black dog, black cat. Did you have someone have a black dog?
My mom did. When we gave it away, it might be dead by now. I'm not sure.
Wow.
It was a long time ago.
Well, so if it's not that one, there is a dog in spirit, and I love the fact that you just said black because that's the theme. There's been so many black animals here, which I love. So Denise, thank you so much for calling, and make sure you adhere to your mother's advice.
I will.
All right, listen, you have a great night, and lots of love to you.
You too.
All right, thanks, Denise. And like that, in just a blink of an eye, a snap of a finger, it's over, And I'm really, really sorry about, sometimes with glitches in radio, you just never know what's going to happen. These things do happen, and so I'm sorry if people were watching the Facebook Live and then it just stopped. So, but I think from what Mark mentioned on commercial, I think Jim, the station manager, may be able to upload it. I know we'll have it on YouTube, so I can get it from there anyway. And then I think I should know this, but I think our mine and Neelix's amazing Lindsay puts it on YouTube, but I'll have to.
I think she does.
Yeah, so she's incredible. And just by the way, too, Saturday night I did my event Halloween with
Fabulous
bedside reading with Jane Ubel Meyer, and it was just incredible. There was 93 people that registered, and I did 2 notes at the end, which were phenomenal. It just was so crazy, and I just thank Jane and Rick and everybody else, and especially Elix, because Elix did all the background stuff. So
with Lindsay too.
Well,
we had to scramble to get it
but
done.
You guys did such an amazing job. So Elix, I know we're going to have your show Friday at 1:00.
Friday at 1:00. Get a grip with Coach Elix. So tune in. We'll all be back.
And how can people find you?
Coach Elix.
Coach Elix.
Just type Coach Elix and I will show up.
And I am Stephen the Medium. That's where you can find me. And always remember, happy birthday to Mark. And to tune into Mark's show, it's right before mine on Wednesdays, 3 to 5, Mark's Jukebox, and it's a phenomenal show. So with that said, have a great week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks because we won't be here next week. So bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.